See, Gregg, he look good, don't he?
Forgive me, this is the first food I've had in 3 days because I can't eat. Yeah, I prayed to God and said, please, just don't let it mess with me. I'm weak, I need to eat.
Be back in the morning when the sun starts to rise. So mama, don't stress your mind. So mama, don't stress your mind.
What's going on, everybody? It's your girl, Nesha. Today's review recap is going to be the Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 11, Episode 2. I asked you guys in a poll which one you wanted to see me do, and this one had the most votes, so that's what we're going to go for. I saw Episode 1, really wasn't much to talk about, so I said, let me just pick it up here. Didn't much change, y'all. Didn't much change. Alright, so we start this episode off with Porsha and Dennis. Porsha is giving me star tease, y'all. I really feel like she's going to be the star of the show because she really don't have much competition. You know what I mean? And it's fine. You know, last week I was watching it a little cringy because Porsha is very excited and I'm happy for her. You know, she really wants this guy to marry her, and I feel you, boo. Everybody wants to be wiped up. But here's the thing. Don't be desperate, because you're coming off as a little desperate. You keep bringing it up and you're very excited about it, and this man knows that he has all of this control over you just already. You know, leave some things to the imagination. Yes, you want to let him know that you would be excited to be his wife, but you don't want to come off as desperate, okay? And that's what Porsha's giving me. But anyway, we left off last week with her getting a box. She didn't know what it was. It couldn't have been a ring because the box was so big, but she was just excited and happy. She thought it was going to be that night, okay? But he ends up giving her a Rolex. She's still appreciative of it. She's all happy and bubbly inside. Then they go over, they eat. She changes her clothes so that they can go over and eat, and she puts on this dress with this choker that was choking the living shit out of her. And it was so cute because she tried to remain cute and poised and everything, and then she just couldn't take it no more, honey, and she said, can you come in and loosen that up back there? I said, girl, it's all right. It happens to the best of us when we're trying to be cute for our man, boo, so no need to apologize for that, honey. I see a genuine love there. I just hope that she isn't forcing him into doing something that he's just not ready to do yet. She also tells us that NeNe has been she really wants to meet him. And she is, you know, a little skeptical about bringing him around the ladies or whatever, but she's just going to play it, I guess, by ear. And maybe if he go ahead and propose to her, then she can go ahead and introduce him as her fiance. But we not there yet, you know. And she also says that NeNe has been asking all these questions about where did you go to school? What did you do? This, that, and the third. She said, I don't know, because I don't ask him that. Maybe that's why the other women that have asked him that are no longer in his life. I'm just interested in being with the guy. I don't care about the other details. Girl, you are really showing how desperate you are to be somebody's wife. I think it's anybody's wife, and he just so happened to come around and have the bag and also have the career and have everything that you're looking to have as a significant other. But I feel like you are really coming off as thirsty as hell. Oh my gosh. So anyway, she says she don't care about all of the details. You know, she really even allowed it to pass last week when he said he did know Kandi, but then he couldn't remember how he knows Kandi, and he said he used to go to the old lady game, but then Porsha said, well, we've been together about 5 months and you never went to no old lady game. So you literally attempted to catch him in something there. You allowed that to slide. It's fine, boo. That's you. Now this week, he's telling you, or you're telling us, that you don't really know anything about this man. But it's okay, because you already got knocked up and everything. Child about to get married. So I guess you eventually gonna find out something about the man. And I guess she has proved the point that you don't need to know anything about him in order to get married to him. But my thing is, I would just like to know a little bit about the person that I'm sleeping with. You get what I'm saying? We also find out that she's not vegan anymore. She says she gave that up because last season she attempted to try it. And now this season, she's just like, nah, I'm not even here for it. And honestly, y'all, I wish I could do something like that. I need help. I snack way too much. So I feel her. I'm trying to change your eating habits, but it's so hard, y'all. So then we go over to NeNe's shop in Miami. And, well, we're still in Miami because that's where Portia is there for her birthday. So we go over to NeNe's shop, and she's setting everything up, getting prices and everything together. Told us that she moves in silence, so she's a serial entrepreneur, but nobody really knows about what she's doing. And that is a lesson I need to learn myself, so I could pull a little golden nugget when I see one. Because I like to tell people about things that I'm doing, because from my point of view, I think it's, oh gosh, I'll have all of this support, not knowing that people prey on your downfall and people just don't like to see you win. So if you're telling everybody about what you're doing, you know, sometimes as soon as it leaves out of your mouth, you become a little doubtful, because you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can even do it now. I got to prove it to myself and to the other people I've already told. So I get what she's saying when she say move in silence. We find out that Gregg has been managing her comedy career, I believe, for the past few years. And so I was like, okay, that's cool. But now that things have changed, he can't be there as he usually would be, you know, making sure everything's on time, making sure everything's together and everything. So I really feel for her, y'all. Last week I almost teared up when I heard her speak of the situation, and I heard him talk his piece about what's going on in the letter that he made for her in case he didn't make it out of the surgery. He has colon cancer. You know, I sympathize with them, because I just could not imagine having to go through something like that, you know. Prayers going up for NeNe Leakes and Gregg. I just really hope that they're able to pull through this. He says he's fighting. He is a fighter. I see it in him, and I just pray that things work out in their favor, y'all. Now we back at the hotel with Dennis and Porsha, y'all, and she grossed me the hell out. So she tells him to go down there, get some stuff so that she can shave under her armpits, and then she can brush her teeth. Well, apparently the toothbrush is way too soft, so then she tells him, let me borrow yours. And I'm like, so you want to use his toothbrush? You for real? You only been with this man 5 months, and I've been with my husband over 10 years, and we had not ever just shared toothbrushes like that. Like, why would you want to do that? All of the plaque and tartar coming out of that toothbrush, okay? Yeah, you wash it a little bit, but that's just nasty. Why would you want to use somebody else's toothbrush? You know, I take this stuff further. Y'all probably do sexual things or whatever, and if he is a cheater, he done did that to somebody else and came home, brush his teeth with that stuff. Girl, please, that's just nasty. Good Porsha, come on now. You don't use nobody else's toothbrush. But anyway, she got mad, and this opened up another can of worms, because she began to say, well, where were you at last night when I was trying to contact you? And he said, what are you talking about? Well, you left at 1:30, and at 4:30 I texted you and asked you, are you okay? Where were you at? Because he say that he was with his friends that just so happened to be in the same hotel room he is, and he was just out talking to them, and it couldn't have been more than an hour. She said, you a damn lie, because it was, you left at 1:30 and I text you at 4:30. What they do that at? And so she starts to grill him a little bit. It's necessary, Porsha. Don't stop talking yourself out of doing what's necessary. Just don't be naive when it comes to the fact that a man done left the hotel room at 1 and he doesn't get back until 4:30 around that time. That's when he decides to let you know how he doing. According to Kandi, she knows some things about this young man. You need to be careful. All right, y'all. So some time goes by. The ladies have made it to Miami. We go back to Porsha, and Porsha's sitting there, and she looks like she just is disgusted with her actions. He comes back, and she's there, and she's like, you know what, I'm so sorry, I apologize, I shouldn't be acting out like that, I'm sorry, basically it won't happen again. And I'm like, girl, you just, I get apologizing to him for something that you could have just been going crazy in, but still, if there's red flags, Porsha, just don't miss them is all I'm saying. The ladies make it to their room, and then Marlo was already complaining about her room. She says she got the smallest room, but just so happens to have an elevator in it that leads up to Porsha's room. Now Marlo begins to move all of her crap up into the penthouse suite, because she say, well, her room is just too damn small. And I'm thinking, girl, you so damn ungrateful. You lucky she put you in your own room anyway. How about she tell you go bunk with somebody else? Or how about she tell you pay for your own shit, and then you wouldn't have these issues? But she done found out that Porsha's room is upstairs, and the elevator in her room leads to Porsha's room, so she has just moved herself on into the room. I said, girl, Porsha is a better woman than me, because if I planned for it, I don't know if Bravo paid for it or she paid for it, but if I done planned for it, honey, stay where I put you. All right, guys, so now we're actually at the show. Everybody is dressed, looking very beautiful. We get there, Porsha walks in. She's super loud. They're like, shush. Remember, this is a surprise. She's not supposed to know we here yet, okay? So then Porsha's like, okay. So she's silently hugging everybody, and then she goes over to NeNe's room, and she, she lets her know, I'm here, boo. And so, they hug it out or whatever. They just having a good old time. And she said, yeah, I brought somebody with me. But I guess NeNe thought it would have been the guy, but it wasn't the guy. So Gregg goes out. He said, guess who I found wandering the hallways? So then he brings the girls in. Everybody just hugs it out. NeNe is freaking ecstatic because she really thought that these ladies, they all lied to her, said they wasn't going to be able to make it. So to see that all of these ladies are here, in light of everything that she was going through, this is one of the things that put a smile on her face. I'm just so happy for her. Gregg tells us that this is his first time eating in 3 days. And I'm like, oh my gosh, because I think I told y'all before in one of my videos, my co-worker's mom literally just went through the same thing. Unfortunately, she lost her mom 6 months into the battle. And she was going through that period where she wouldn't eat and things like that. She couldn't eat. She couldn't hold it down. She was just so nauseated and just did not feel right, And so to hear him say, this is the first thing I've eaten in 3 days, I had to pray and say, God, I need you to give this. I need you to allow me to finish this because I need this. My body needs this nourishment. I haven't eaten. I'm weak, God. And to see that he's able to eat it, I don't know if he successfully held it down, but he was able to eat it. And I said, well, that's a step, God. Just keep holding on. All right, so now it's after the show. The ladies are sitting down. Everybody's talking about everything that had happened or whatever. And so Kandi asked Porsha, well, what did you do for your birthday? Because y'all know this is Porsha's birthday weekend. So then Porsha tells us about, her little man friend and how she's just been out with him. She talks about, she said, let me ask y'all something. Do y'all share toothbrushes? And everybody is grossed the hell out. Nobody shares toothbrush. I mean, I'm not going to say nobody ever does it because some people do. If it's an emergency situation, some people probably do share toothbrushes. But Porsha makes it seem like, I just like using this toothbrush. I mean, because you had another option. Just because you say you had them big ass teeth don't mean anything. The bristles were soft don't mean anything. Just use what you got and then you go buy another one. I'm sure you can afford it. Just nasty. But anyway, the ladies wouldn't have that shit. Everybody grossed the hell out like Porsha. No, we don't do that. Then we lead to the part where Kandi tells her, I know we haven't been like on just the best of terms, but please don't be desperate for a man to marry you. And of course, Porsha didn't really take it like that. She's just basically naive about the situation and don't see anything wrong with her actions. But she needs to take heed to what Kandi said. Please don't be desperate for the man. Don't be desperate for the ring. You are a beautiful girl. You can pretty much have anybody that you wanted to have. Don't be that girl that feels like I have to get married to this particular guy. It just don't seem right. It don't come off as right. But whatever. I agree with Kandi. It's just a little weird. Back at the motel, and Porsha, we left one scene with Porsha going into the hotel to show everybody her penthouse suite and go look at all the other rooms or whatever. We left there. So now we're back at the hotel. This is the next morning, and all the ladies talking to their boos on the phone, and we go over to Kandi, who's talking to Todd, and she's like, look, she told us about her dude. I already knew about her dude because her dude gets around. Now, I know some information on him, and Todd was like, that ain't your business. Stay out of people's business. I get what he's saying. Here's what's crazy about this. I know they're not on the best of terms, but I would hope that Porsha would receive information from Kandi if it's critical to her current situation. I would hope she wouldn't hate her that damn much. I mean, clearly she invited her to the trip. So clearly she's able to put her differences aside. I just hope she receives it as Kandi's like looking out for her rather than Kandi just hating on her. Because Kandi says she does know some things about her dude. She knows some things. I'm like, well, go ahead, spill the tea, boo. What you know? See, this is one thing. Let me just say this. This is one thing that I do not like about these reality shows nowadays. Back when I first started watching all of these shows, we had internet, but it wasn't as popping as it is right now. And the the storylines wouldn't leak the way they are now. Like, I can go follow someone's Instagram and I know everything that their storyline is gonna be about. So I'm literally just watching the steps that's leading up to it. You know, it annoys me because it's like, I already know all of the meat and potatoes of your storyline, basically because of TMZ, Instagram, all these other bloggers. I already know your business. So the show is like leading up to that point, which is not as interesting. I mean, sometimes it can be, but it's just not as interesting. So there's nothing more for me to know. And it's hard when I do these reviews because I'm like, well, right now they're not married, or right now they're not engaged, but she's going to get engaged because right now she's actually pregnant. So it's like a little backwards. It's like you backtrack to do the review, but because you know more, you have to kind of like dumb it down a little bit. I don't know, y'all. It just bothers me. Anyway, Portia, back to the review. Portia then helped herself to Marlo's clothes, wearing the same Gucci outfit that Marlo had on the day before. I was like, see, you got coochie juices sometimes. I don't know if Marlo is the cleanest. I don't know. I don't know that Marlo went and washed that stuff before you decide to help yourself and put it on, but you done put on this girl's clothes and you modeling around in your big old ass. I say now, come on, Portia, you're using people toothbrushes and you're wearing people used clothes. That's nasty. But anyway, I get what she doing it for. Because you done invited yourself in my damn room, so I'm finna invite myself to your shit. So she wearing her bonnet, she wearing a Gucci clothes or whatever, and she said, you know, I might even wear this to the club tonight. They talk it out, and they basically are ready for new beginnings. You know, they talked about whatever the differences was, which was a real brush over what we saw. But they see that they're very much alike, and you know, let's just let bygones be bygones, and let's just move forward to new beginnings. All right, y'all, so now the last scene is with the girls. They're headed over to Swagalicious to support NeNe's grand opening, which, by the way, did very, very well. And it had so many people out there supporting your girl, and I was happy for it. But on the way there, these apparently, from the hotel they were in, you can literally look behind them and see where the hotel was they were supposed to go to, because the store is in a hotel. So instead of them, you know, getting prepared to just walk like a block and a half or whatever, some of them had on heels, some of them just wasn't dressed for the occasion. It was hot. I think Eva was the only one that was dressed for the occasion. So they're complaining the whole way. Even got to where they wanted an Uber just to get them down the street. Just get us down the street. But they end up walking the entire way. And they get there. It looks like a success. The ladies buy some items. Gregg, however, begins to get a little sick, a little nauseous, and he walks out. He said it was because it was just too hot in there and it was too many people, and he couldn't do it. He couldn't breathe. I wouldn't say he couldn't breathe, but he just could not do it. You know, it was just too hot for him, so he had to step out. And that's how I get. Whenever I get too hot, honey, I get nauseated. Some things start working different in my system, child. I get too bothered. That's why I have to be cool or I have to be cold. I cannot be hot. I hate the heat. Don't know why my birthday is July. I have no idea, because I do not like the heat. I do not like summer. I prefer winter over anything. Give me anything. So anyway, y'all, so we end the episode with him. You know, he tells a few jokes while they're sitting out there. They're fanning him or whatever. They give him some water. All right, guys, so that's all I have for today. Go ahead and get into the comments down below. Let me know what you thought about this episode. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe with the bell so that you're notified every time that I release. Guys, quick announcement. If you are interested in seeing the episode and you did not get to see it, there is a blogger that I watch and follow. Her name is Toxic Diamond on YouTube. Go over to her channel. She usually has a video that gives you instructions on how to go watch the episode for free with a limited amount of time. She usually leaves it up there for about 24 hours. So guys, I just wanted to make that announcement for the people that are not able to watch the show. Also, I need some other video ideas. I really don't want to do any more reviews. I'm going to do Real Housewives of Atlanta, finish off Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. I'm going to look into New York. I really don't know if I'm going to do New York, but I'll look into it. But my heart is just not there no more. So I need some other suggestions. What else do y'all want to see other than this? I really like doing reactions, but I'm like, what do I want to react to? I want to do something that you guys would like to see. So if you can, put some suggestions down below so that way I can look at them and see what else I want to do, because I'm just not there anymore unless it's interesting. If it's boring, it's like literally pulling my teeth trying to come out and do a review about it, because it's lackluster. It has nothing much that I really want to talk about. And until next time, bye.
Yeah, low key, maybe high key. I been peeped that you like.